Hey, do you like my spaceship? It would really take a lot to get myself up here in the atmosphere. You know, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk want to take us to Mars. They're building their own rocket ships right now to try to accomplish this. But that's what you call a long-term goal, right? Someone's got to start the process. Someone's got to start building the rockets and working on the technology, but it'll probably be a very long time before one of us gets to actually spend the night on Mars, let alone in a great spaceship like this. But like I said, it has to begin somewhere. So we dream, right? And sometimes our dreams are really, really big. And we just have to use our imaginations, and sometimes we have to experiment. And that's what a lot of the early discoverers did. They took things apart, they observed things over time, they took apart bodies and studied what they looked like. They dissected things and they learned things about the world. So all of our great scientists and adventurers and explorers, they learn by observing and they learn by having curiosity. And if it wasn't for their curiosity, we'd be steps behind, leaps behind. We'd be way behind, right? Hey, it's even more important right now, right? When we're trying to develop new vaccines to fight the coronavirus. But we had people that went before that studied these types of things. All kinds of scientists, and they developed similar vaccines and learned about things like viruses and bacteria. I mean, there was a time when we didn't know about viruses or bacteria or germs or anything like that. But people were curious and they learned about these things. And because they learned, they developed ways to combat things like germs and viruses. So it's very important. And we should thank those early pioneers for the work that they did. And anyone who's curious, anyone who wants to try something new, like me, for example. Hey, I didn't have this spaceship a week ago, but look what I did. I put it all together, and now, hey, I'm way up here in space. It's a great place. I don't know how long I want to stay up here, but for now, it's kind of cool just floating around my spaceship. Who knows? Maybe I'll hit the gas and I'll go to Mars or some other planet. But seriously, using your imagination is a good thing. I mean, one of the greatest scientists of our time, Einstein, had a lot to say about imagination. It's an important thing. It's kind of the beginning of creativity. It's the beginning of knowledge. It's the beginning of learning new things and discovering new things. If you don't have curiosity and you don't have imagination, then you don't find solutions to problems that have plagued us for so long. So that's really what I want to leave with you, is just how important it is to have imagination, how important it is to dream and to try new things like this spaceship. Who knows where I'll be next week, but I'm glad you could join me today. And please leave some comments below for me or above. I don't know. I'm just floating around. I don't know my head from my toes, really. But it's been, like I said, it's been fun being up here, floating around. I can look out the window and I can see the earth and everything that's going on down there. I can see storms and clouds, and I can see continents and all kinds of things. So spend some time this week dreaming, spend some time imagining, and see where it leads you. At least spend some time quietly reflecting, like many of our great explorers and inventors did. You know, people like Da Vinci spent hours, and Isaac Newton, they spent hours just observing the world, seeing how things worked, how a bird's feathers look like, how their wings look like. You know, he didn't have the advantages of taking a picture and blowing it up and looking at it. He had to use his eyes. And he spent lots of time observing and making drawings. I mean, he was at a big disadvantage, and we have so many advantages now with all the technology that we can, if we get something in our mind, in our imagination, and we want to explore further, wow, we have all kinds of great tools that we can use. Plus, we have all the accumulated knowledge that's already been out there that people have acquired before us. So it doesn't take too much. It just takes imagination to start. So, like I said, I hope you'll use some imagination this week, and maybe we'll jump back on the spaceship another time and go somewhere interesting. And I'll tell you about where I'm at. So have fun, and I hope that my antenna will be able to pick up the Super Bowl today, because I don't want to miss that game. It's so far away, but I don't want to miss it. I do miss Earth, and I hope to get back there real soon, hopefully by next week, and we'll talk to you then. So have a great week, and as always, God bless.